Oh, yeah. Here we go. I got cats on my keyboard. Watch out, baby. Greetings, friends, and welcome back to another episode of DreamWizard Plays number 397, Disco Elysium from 2019, Part 7. She's still trying to walk on the keyboard. Baby girl. Baby girl. I'm going to put you on camera. Ooh, scratch your little head. Scratch your little head. Okay. Quit trying to walk on the keyboard. Would you kindly like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Always need more viewers for the game streams. Volunteer dreamers. New episode of Dreamscapes dropped last Saturday. It's available now. I should have that. I should have that to show you guys, the latest episode. I'm going to add that to the stream one of these days. I never think of it until right now. And I never mention it because I'm like, what am I going to do? Just mention something I never remember. But maybe mentioning it will help me remember. If you would like to support my work, please check out 17 currently available works of historical dream literature. Book 3. Let's do it the German way. Book 3 in the series. Right over here. Oneirochronologia, Volume 1. Part 1 of, it's Volume 2 and a Volume 3. That's going to start getting confusing. See, Book 3 is Volume 1. Wrap your brain around that. Anyway, Oneirochronologia Volume 1 from way back in 2021. Published that, my third book. It is a chronological anthology of the kind of the history of dream interpretation as it changed over time. So we've got a lot of shorter works that I did not want to overlook. And you can get your hands on that and the follow-up compendiums. All this and more, of course, at BenjaminTheDreamWizard.com. We've got a books page, an encyclopedia there of I've been gathering up my footnotes from all the books. Downloadable MP3s of the Dreamscapes podcast, as well as, the books page. I said that already. A contact page if you want to reach out to me and become a guest. I will literally talk to anyone. I want to talk to you. You got a dream, we can make an episode. It's that easy. You don't have to be anybody special. I'm nobody special. I just call myself the Dream Wizard because it's what I do, but who am I? I'm just some guy talking about dreams on the internet. That's how it is. Also, if you would please head on over to BenjaminTheDreamWizard.locals.com. You can get your hands on this, the custom cocktail for Disco Elysium, Socialist Champagne. And when you get there, you'll find out why that's funny. And I hope to have you. The Locals account, of course, is attached to my Rumble page. It's free to join. You can give me money or not. Just come on in and hang out, say hello, etc., etc. If you have a beverage of your choice with you, would you raise your glass with me? We'll do the toast. Ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit. Nostrovia. Kanpai. Salud. Cheers to you. And here's mud in your eye. Delicious. So I might have to give up on the custom cocktails and quit drinking altogether because alcohol is expensive and it's bad for you and all that other stuff. But I'm about to take on a new loan for fixing the roof on my house. I need a new roof, and it's going to be a pretty penny, and it's going to be a monthly payment for the next 10-15 years. So that's happening. Hey, you can donation links down below if you want to contribute to my new roof, but I'm not asking for that. I just might have to change the way the stream goes. Anywho, let's enough of that mumbo jumbo. Let's get into the game. We were trying to track down who is this lady, and now that we've talked to this guy, I think I want to go back, and we're gonna run. We're gonna run for it. We're gonna go back and talk to this fella down here. One more time. There he is. See if he has anything more to say.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Okay, I'll leave you to it for now. Fair enough. What are we doing? There's a trash can. We're going over to that trash can right now. Oh, we're also going to come here first. And get this little greenie. Hot air rises up from the sewer. Sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. All right, I got this. Yeah, we're gonna take it all, and there is no way to get inside this building. There's like areas that appear to be closed off. And if Mrs. Sparkles is out there. She might be happy to know that I have finally booked an appointment to see an optometrist. Ooh, look at that. It's we're finding new places to be. Oh, new people to talk to. All right, first we're gonna try and get into this sucker. Hey, we got some gloves. +1 to electrochemistry. I'll take that. Let's also look at this. What does this sign say on this door? Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. I could sell some things. Sure could. Do I want to? Is there any, like, clothing? Clothing apparently doesn't have a price tag on it, so I can only sell items. I can sell a postcard. I can sell the dice. I can sell the gun. Maybe I should. This production schedule, I am not going to sell that because it is either a quest item or it is a, well, it's a quest item of one kind or another. This shot put ball, however, I'm kind of thinking that might be worth selling. Is it likely it's going to be a quest item? I don't know. Could sell the lieutenant's handkerchief. But what if I need these things? What, probably what I should do is cheat and look online and say, what can I afford to sell, so to speak? Let's go in and say hello. Why not? We got all kinds of things to look at here. Number one, let's look at this thing. This says some kind of machine. An antique cash register, perhaps? How about we look over here? What's this? This one says, mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. How about this thing? What is this thing? Someone said, hey, welcome to the pawn shop. We're going to get around to you in a minute. What is this thing? This looks like a... I don't know what it is.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
I let my gaze run over the streetlight.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Is that a streetlight?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Where did you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear him.
You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
He pauses, studying the light. Well, Roy, how much for the streetlight?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Can I buy that from him if I somehow work up 700 real?
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into buying trash.
My aggressive side says, screw that guy. Well, we got some options here. I can ask him, are you out of your mind? I can say, even taking into account the risk of obtaining the light, that seems a bit steep. Or 700 sounds about right. I imagine it wasn't easy sawing off that street lamp. You okay, Butters? Let's see. Are you out of your mind? There's one like that, just like it, on every street corner. Let's go with that one.
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
Very philosophical. The man rests his elbows on the counter and brings his face closer to the glass. What do you mean, transformations? I ask him.
Well, there are the cost of removal and rewiring.
He throws you a look of weary patience.
The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Apparently I can buy it for 700 real. I currently have 3 real and 56 cents. All right, well, nothing else I need to know about the light. We got here a, oh, that's the man in the booth right there. Okay, then this was not the man. I thought that was the man. This is the man. Let's look at some of this other stuff. We're gonna make him wait. A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. Dei, or literally DEI. An interesting thing to have those letters appear in that combination in this game when it is only very recently what was that, a political issue 5 years ago? They've got to be referencing the Latin Dei, referencing some kind of supernatural or godlike being. Maybe not. Maybe we'll find out. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away, broadcasting whatever this is, these lights upon the wall, I would dare say. What else we got here? We got a row of things.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Let's see, interfacing gives me barely a 58% chance. We might, I think I'm going to save scum and do this, but let's see, what does he mean? Win her back. Let's start there.
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine.
For who? What do you mean?
This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
So my inland empire is what's telling me to buy a figurine, but my volition, my will, says this doesn't sound right. Let's inspect the knights on horseback.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
I point to the knights on horseback and ask the pawn shop broker, who are they?
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
I suppose I was just wondering aloud and Kim answered me. He looks at the dusty figurines in the dim light.
A long, long time ago.
Let us inspect the blue uniforms.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Let's see here. Wait, this looks like Rene, the old guy who was playing petanque.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
All right, point to the blue figurines. Are these royalist soldiers?
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
Well, let's inspect the figurines which are in rags.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
I point to the figurines in rags and ask, are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers.
In rags, huh? Oh, excuse me. I suppose if you got a fighting force, you take what you can get.
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
Got a range of answers here. Let's see. It's meant to give people hope. Even we can do it. That's number one. Number two, the contrast is meant to be disheartening, as it ought to be. Number three, it is impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made of me. Or, I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment. Let me see here. It's meant to give people hope. It's meant to be disheartening. Or, it is impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. I don't know. I don't know that I like that at all. Let's go with, I guess it's meant to give people hope. That even the Raggedy Rags can win, if they try. You ain't got to be pretty. You just gotta get the job done. Let's go with that.
Maybe.
He says non-committally, of course.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is.
All right, we're going to step away from the table and save. And then jump back in. Where's my button? Quick save. In some of the very limited online... Oh, I did a hard save. Well, so be it. Limited information I found online, it said, try to avoid save scumming, because it will ruin the experience of the game. You should just let it be what it is. But, you know, I don't like to fail so many rolls.
You see rows of toy soldiers.
Let's do the
guarded
interface.
wire.
Hey, we did it.
This? A headless man riding a horse. A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Ooh. I show it to the shopkeep and ask, what is this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
He points at the decapitated figurine.
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
I mean, it's only 50 cents, but we are a far cry from having the money we need to bed down for the night. I mean, is this something I even need? For her? Who's her? Why am I buying a figurine? Here's the problem, though. If I don't get it now, I maybe never will. I won't remember it's here as soon as we leave this pawn shop. Let's do it. I got the money. It's not so bad.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
He grins.
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
All right, we're going to step away. We're also going to look at that figurine. The headless rider on a bull. I could sell it if I need to. It'll only net me 42 cents, but that's almost what I spent on it, so not too bad, I guess. What is that? They knock 3% off the price? No, 8%. You sell it back at an 8% loss. Not too bad. All right. Well, I mean, I could always sell them other stuff. We're just not going to do that right. Okay, but we identified where a pawn shop is. If I come across things I don't want, I can get rid of them. Let's look at the sound system up here.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
This is probably a terrible mistake, but let's stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved.
Mm-hmm.
This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Let's see. Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 approved machine here.
Is the Harman Welsh W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
So we can buy a boombox. Equip this to play tapes. There is a tape I was listening to in my room. This is for sure something I want. Damn it. I can't afford it. We're going to have to just remember that it's here if I ever get around to that quest. All right, what I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Like a beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
let's turn. I don't know why it suddenly struck me as funny. Let's turn to Kim and say, theoretically, could I bring it to a beach party?
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Kim, I'll just rock out with the pawn shop owner then. Or actually, it doesn't have to be the beach. Could bring it to a party in the streets. Or, you're right, Kitsuragi. Work first, party later.
That is the unofficial RCM motto, yes.
Okay. Are you sure it's all in working order? I asked the pawn keep.
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
Not a music fan. In some ways, me either. I mean, I don't hate music or avoid it, but I definitely prefer listening to a conversation. I'm more of the, debate or discussion podcast kind of guy. Okay, that's all. Well, we can buy a radio or a reel-to-reel for 12 real. So, a 12 real reel-to-reel. That's dumb. See Yona there. Hi, Ben. How's it going? It's going great. We found a pawn shop where I can sell stuff and buy stuff. And I don't have enough money. And I'm afraid to sell anything because I don't know if I'm going to need it later for a quest. So, we're in a bit of a pickle. All right, let's actually talk to the pawn shop owner himself now.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
He asks.
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Let's see. I can apologize for interrupting him. I can shake my head and say it's shameful how insufficient the police presence is here, or now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately? Let's go with that one. Let's offer him, greeting by the way of assistance.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
That was one of the issues. One of the answers we could have given him earlier.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Let's see. I can simply nod and say, yes, it is quite the collection indeed. I can look around and say, typical vacuous consumerist objects. Number 3, honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others. Or, this business plan is all over the place. You should specialize. Zoom in. Recapitalize. Let's just nod and say it is quite the collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Barely a 50-50 check for electrochemistry. Gotta roll over a 5. I mean, we could leave and come back in. Let's leave, save it, and pop back in.
Hello again.
Hello again, buddy. Here is electrochemistry rolling.
Feeling
Boom.
warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon? What's that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
let's get straight to the point. So where does a man get Pyrrolodon these days?
How would I know?
He takes a step back, studying you.
Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
Yep, there's a rectangle here. Is that what that is? Like, Kim's got one too. His is bigger than mine. I guess let's, Okay, do we only get one shot at this? I can point at his clothes and say, what's with the triangles on your vest? Or it's pretty obviously you're under the influence. Or no judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Pyrrolodon before I lost my memory. And chill out, man. I'm a chill cop who just wants some of what you're having. Let's go with that one. Wink.
Pyrrolodon is just something since the People's Power disaster.
He coughs as if to mark his words.
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile, huh? What's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were a part of.
We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
He points at the white triangle on his orange safety jacket.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out.
Good man.
There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
Yep. Well, tell me, Roy, how did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it.
Yona says, I'm glad to hear your day is going good. Did you get into that room yet? I'm not entirely certain which room we were denied access to. We need to get into the, there's a door in the Whirling in Rags hostel. There's a door we need to get into behind it, underground. I don't know how to get in there. Not underground, but like steps leading down. There's another door, now that I think about it, an entrance to the apartment complexes that are in that kind of upper left-hand corner, diagonally from the Whirling in Rags. Were you referencing some other kind of door? Or the door up the stairs by the harbor freight people area where I couldn't get past the tall dude with the tattoos. In the apartments. Not yet. I haven't gotten into any of them. I have no idea how to do it. I have no idea how long this game is going to take me to beat. It's a funny thing. I've heard people say they beat the whole thing in 15 hours. But they rushed through it. Or they're smarter than me, or they were very focused and knew what they were doing. They had insider knowledge beforehand. I've had other people say it could take well over 90 hours to experience everything in the game. I don't know what's a quest and what's, what I should do and what I should not do. What's going to move me forward. So I've already spent, we're creeping up towards 20 hours into this game, and I have no idea how far. I'm on day 2. I've heard there are up to 10 days in the game, 8 to 10 days. You're supposed to be able to beat it by between 6 and 8 days. So maybe I'm 25% through the game. Maybe I'm 10%. I have no idea. Better work on those finesse skills, she says. They must have had serious riz. Yeah, and who knows how my choice of character style is influencing my ability to make progress, for good or bad. I still have no idea how to play this game. I have no idea what I'm doing. All I know is I got a few things top of mind. One is, if I don't come up with 20 real by nightfall, I'm not getting into my room to take a nap for the night, which maybe I run around the streets all night. Maybe that's a fun thing to do. Maybe I should do that. Go scrounge up cans and bottles. Maybe that's the only thing I really know. And I'm also just trying to see everything I possibly can, because I think, let's see. Flam Kuchen has followed on Twitch. Thank you very much. Say hello. Long story short, I have no idea what I'm doing. So we'll see how many weeks I'll be playing this game. There he is, or she. Flam Kuchen says hi, hello, and welcome. Good to have you. Anyway, we were talking to this guy Roy about the pawn shop owner, about how he was cleaning up a toxic nuclear waste spill, and then he ended up being a pawn shop owner. I don't know if any of this has anything to do with anything either, but we found a pawn shop. I can sell stuff now, although I'm afraid to sell anything because I don't know if I need it for a quest. Jonas says, I have no mouth and I must scream. Indeed. Let us continue.
So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
And that's it for that story. Thanks for telling me, Roy.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Jonas says, you picked an instinct character. Go with your gut. You got this, Ben. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Appreciate the words of encouragement. Well, we got +5 XP just for being curious about his story. The other thing I found out about this game is that time doesn't actually pass playing the game, so to speak. It passes only if you're in conversation with people. So I can run around all I want, and I guess I've got all the time I want to look for cans and bottles, because nothing happens unless I'm talking to someone, which is pretty cool. But talking to people is how you get XP, and solving quests and such. So I'm definitely going to do that, but it is running out the clock. We're already at noon on day 2, and I got 3 real and 26 cents to my name, and that's not going to give me a room for the night. I need $20. Jonas says, got a Fukushima feeling? Chernobyl dreaming? Indeed. He's definitely on drugs, and I've been asking him about that. I hope he's going to give me some.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Let's see. Care to share your Pyrrolidon with me? He's going to say no.
Have you tried it before?
It's almost like he's worried for you.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't.
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved.
Kim's a good man. He's going to just kind of ignore my drug dealing, even though we're also looking for a drug dealer, but just because we need to get information out of this other gal and she wants to know. Okay.
Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care.
Let's see. Let's just be honest. I haven't, but don't worry. I can take it.
If you say so.
Oh, he's actually going to give me some.
Here you go, man.
He presents a large cap-shaped object in the palm of his hand. Very odd looking.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut. Not so sure about this.
Wait. Why wouldn't I be sure?
Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop. Not a post-apocalyptic scavenger.
I can take it or refuse. I'm going to take it. Thanks, man. Now, when they say take it, does that mean accept it from him or pop it in my face? Because I haven't saved it recently. Watch it kills me like an idiot. I'm taking it. I'm taking the drug from him.
Of course.
Item gained, Parolidon, plus 5 XP. All right, even if I never take it. We went through that and did the thing. Let's see. I can sell stuff. He is a proper vendor, of course. Let's see. You might be able to aid our investigation. By the way, do you happen to have any guns? Let's say there's something I'd like to sell, just to check out that menu.
Let me have a look.
Oh, I'd like to sell clothes. A photo of a corpse here. Check pockets. Access your pawn menu. Let's say I'd like to sell my clothes. He's not going to take them. They're worthless, right?
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
He looks you up and down quickly, seeing nothing of value.
And especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
I can hear the tie screaming, "I'm freaking awesome, man!" He doesn't want to be sold anyway.
Your mother is a necrotic object. I'm fun. Look at me sparkle in the light of the projector.
Oh, I'm having a head rush. I'm laughing myself into a blackout. Oh, I knew that's perfect. I knew it. That's perfect. Let's show him a picture of a corpse.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
He barely even looks at it. I ask him, do you know what the tattoos mean?
Aphotic paths, counter-radiance network, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
Okay, I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Well, here you go. These are all the things I could sell. Why is there a... Oh, and you can close it when you're done. All right.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Yeah, I'm not selling any of this stuff. Not yet. What if I can fix this gun? What if I need it? This production schedule has got to be for a quest, one way or another. And then maybe afterwards I sell it, or either that or I give it away to Kuno. I want to get his cooperation. I don't know what a shot put ball is for, but I'm also hesitant to get rid of it. What do I do, if I sell it and I need it for something? Anyway, so we're just going to not sell anything.
Another time, perhaps.
Let's see. Roy, my friend, you might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Do you know about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Ain't that the truth?
No one likes to see what you have to see every day.
Well, how about you help me get a corpse out of a tree?
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
Maybe I can hire a guy? Ask around the harbor, huh? Okay. Actually, that's all I've got.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
By the way, do you happen to have any guns, like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens Militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
I pawned the gun. I pawned my own gun, but I figured out what happened to it. Nice.
What? Sold?
Well, now we got to track down who bought it.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Wait. I sold you my gun? I think that's the option I'm going to go with. Let's look at the other ones. Was the buyer a policeman? At least I now know how I lost my sidearm. Let's go. Wait, I sold you my gun?
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
I mean, it is what it is.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Oh, boy. I mean, that sounds like something I would say, justifying needing money for alcohol or whatnot.
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
Makes me think of the gal who was calling me a pig. The one who was going to do the mural way up to the north. Let's continue.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Is this the lady driver that we've been looking for?
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Sounds like it, Kim. Kind of sounds like it.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
Let's see. I think I'm going to pick... I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find out.
He looks around, worried. Okay, Roy, any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Well, Kim, at least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Lost, he says. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
5 XP gained. All right. There's a new option here. I want to ask about my missing gun again. So maybe I need to come back here and ask him for some details at some point. Maybe I've got some other business to take care of. And leave. I got a thought.
Indirect modes of taxation.
Oh-ho.
Turns out, those Financial Oversight Committee gangsters stuffed millions of hard-earned dividends away in the last place anyone thought to look. The hearts and minds of everyday Rivacholians. You need to spread that deregulation gospel to the people. Tell them about that foreign fare tax. Preach that 98% gross burden. Preach it, preacher man. Set the brothers free. Taxes are racist.
Taxes are racist. And that's why they should be abolished. Ultra-liberal dialogue options give you +1 real. -1 empathy. He thinks he's a hustler or something. So, if I want to earn money, a whole real at a time, I just got to figure out what the ultra-liberal dialogue options are. Well, accept it. Wow, there's so many thoughts. Look at all these thoughts. I can't hold them all in my head at the same time. Hopefully it means I can like swap them in and out. Or do I get to hold them in? Like, they're just new rows of thoughts infinitely spawning above me? I can't seem to scroll through them yet, but I don't know. We're going to find out if these are locked up here. Okay, anyway. What do we got in here? Sing karaoke. Let's go to the map here. Nope. Tasks. Done. Monday's tasks. What was the one that was like, find my gun. I found my other shoe. Pissing competition. Ask Kim to talk about the case. I don't see find out what happened to your gun on this list. So it must still be on the list here. Track down your gun. Okay, keep looking. Maybe someone else knows something. Okay. All right. And there it is. Welcome to the pawn shop, says the man. We're gonna hard save it here. That was some progress. Anything else? Nope. Just walking out the door. There is another little green bubble over here. Water lock out of order until Wednesday at 7:15 a.m. Water lock out of order. So, oh, here's a box. What's in that box? Apparently it's bottles. Oh, what's this thing? Hey, that is some Nosafed for health. I'll take it. Nice. Okay, back over here. So this water lock situation. Oh. Butter sign down.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
What is Samaran butter?
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it.
Low chance at visual calculus. Let's say nothing to see here and leave. And we're going to actually quick save it again. Whoops. And we're going to...
A crumpled billboard
try that.
reading,
Fail.
Just some tasteless avatar.
Yeah, you know it. Here we go. Excuse me. Loading it up again. We're gonna win this.
A crumpled billboard reading, just some...
Oh, that sucks. I mean, this is a very low chance. How many times do I keep trying? I don't know. I'm just glad the game loads quickly.
A crumpled billboard reading.
Boom. We're gonna try it again. At least one more time. I'm feeling lucky.
A crumpled
Here we go.
billboard reading, just some...
Oh, no, not lucky at all. Was I really feeling lucky or was that wishful thinking? Was I trying to cast a spell? If I say I'm feeling lucky, does it work?
Reading, just some...
Apparently not. Let's, one more time here. Continue. Oh, no. Load game. Yes, load. One more time. Oh, I had a new item pop up on the list. Did I? Tools. Oh, yeah. Oh, +1 psyche, -1 health. All right. Okay, that's what it was. I got this Rolodon. All right. What's going to look at is there is nothing on me which is giving negatives to what was the thing? Visual calculus. But is there anything I have that could raise my visual calculus? Drama, reaction speed, suggestion, physical instrument, electrochemistry. Nope. None of these things are... Yeah. Man, savoir-faire's got 2 negatives from the shoes and the pants. I would need to take off the shoes and the pants to get a better savoir-faire roll. But that's really something I should be doing. I don't know about that. All right, we're going to try this one more time.
A crumpled billboard reading, judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.
There were tracks over there, and it went up over the top of the building and hit the sign. About that. All right, well, let's look at the crater.
Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour.
Up the crater. Okay, let's look at the roof.
The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack.
Let's look at the sloping metal roof panel.
The panel served as a takeoff ramp.
And the broken posts.
The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it.
And the sign.
The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal.
Oh, and they actually were able to keep driving. Let's look at the opposite bank.
Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast.
And, okay, so apparently if this is closed, at some point we'll be able to walk across and continue examining other. So I think we're trapped in this area. Whatever I'm supposed to be doing, it's supposed to happen in the area I've already explored. Oh boy. What was this? What was the model of this phantom vehicle?
There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linear G22.
All right, what's a Caprice?
It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage.
And the Linnea?
Very sturdy but light motor carriage. More likely than most to survive that jump.
What now?
You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure.
Okay, I'm going to blink my eyes and leave.
The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis.
Oh, and he's got something to say to me.
Any theories about what happened here?
He gazes down at the sign. Looks like someone was in a real hurry.
What kind of car do you think it was?
Let's say it was a Capri.
That's quite likely, from what I can tell.
Yeah, I have no idea. Who could it have been?
We're not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
We should bring this driver to justice.
If we must.
We got a new task that I'll probably never complete.
I'm not expecting him to get far with this, the lieutenant consoles himself.
Maybe not. All right, let's do another quick save. Let's go talk to this guy. Oh, what's in the box here?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Well, let's pull the lever.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Whoa. Is this one of those things where I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to do it anyway? Let's push harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
Says Kim. The lieutenant hums to himself while staring at your activities. And I release the lever.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way.
We have been assigned a new task. Close the waterlock on Wednesday after they've removed the sign. All right.
Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Indeed there was. Let's leave. And just cause. I don't know why I'm hyper paranoid today. I'm gonna screw something up. Quick save, and let's talk to this guy. How you doing, buddy?
G'day to you, officers.
He said good day.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
Well, let's ask him. First things first. What are you doing here, man on the waterlock?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
The man on the waterlock picks the skin off a slice of salami and takes a sizable bite. Well, man on the waterlock, do you know what caused this wreckage? I say, pointing at the smashed billboard in the canal.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal.
Is that so?
The words daredevil driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything round here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Well, there we go. That's confirmation. Until at least Wednesday, which is coming pretty fast. I'm already at 12:30 in the afternoon here. Okay. Let's see. What's with the lever that does nothing?
It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage.
Why is it disabled?
Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes?
Let's see. Do I ever? And nod enthusiastically.
Great! Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
He cuts a fresh slice from his salami.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Well, there you go. That is official. Well, Mr. Man on the waterlock, do you know what is further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
He thinks for a moment.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of that salami?
Sure thing.
He cuts off a slice.
Want some too, officer?
He turns to the lieutenant.
Why not?
The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Right then. Good day. We got our stuff figured out there. Well, we're stuck in this neck of the woods. We sure are. Let's do this again. Let's do another quick save, because why not? Why not? And now the question is, what the hell do we do? Kim got left behind. I didn't want to go over there. Come on, Kim. Let's look for green glowy objects as we kind of wiggle our way back here. Nothing much. You know what? We're going to go talk to that Kuno kid, and we're going to find out if this thing is what he wants. I'd like to hear the story before I get rid of it, but let's see. Let's talk to him.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Oh, let's see. I can give him drugs. Or a drag off a cigarette. Should I give a kid drugs? Check out this bizarre drug I found. Well, what do I care, huh? Kim's not going to like that. Let's offer him a cigarette.
Put it away. The information here isn't worth it.
Okay.
Back off, fuck eyes! Kuno is a man. Kuno can smoke if he wants.
Kuno talks about himself in third person.
The lieutenant doesn't like this. It may be less destructive to your working relationship to just come back alone later.
Well, let's come back alone later. You're right. I shouldn't give the kids a smoke.
Fuck you too, Piggo. Fuck you and your four-eyed friend. Thought you wanted to make this right with Kuno?
Whatever. Well, did we screw that up by offering him something and then yanking it out from under his nose? We'll come back later when Kim's not around, so we don't ruin our friendship or working relationship. Close the water lock on Wednesday. So many quests. I should have left. Well, I guess they're all active. For sure, I'm going to keep this one with a little exclamation point. Apparently, I've given 1 moralist answer, 6 ultra-liberal answers, 3 fascist answers, and 5 communist answers. How about that? According to whatever they think those mean. I am 0% boring cop. How about that? Oh. There are so many things I don't know how to do. Oh. Getting the hangman's boots. Get the boots off his feet. I mean, I could also try to do that when Kim's not around, which may yank him out of the tree and pop his head off. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. We're still looking for the rest of the armor. Do I need to find booze and drink it? I need more money. I need more cans and bottles. I don't know what to do. I am open to suggestions. Not really seeing a lot of cans and bottles out here anymore. Maybe we go up here and start talking to people again. Starting with this gal on the boat.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout.
Word has travelled, yes, but nothing of real substance has surfaced yet, I gather. Wild Pines has eyes on the intersection, but not ears.
It appears we are being monitored every step we take, colleague. Did we have any other business here?
I got more questions about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favourite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Oh, look at that one. I got a 72% chance. And for both of them. Well, let's...
Glad to have been of assistance.
Let's back out here.
Little that I know. Anything else?
Thanks for all your time. We're gonna save it. Hard save this time. Martinez. And we're gonna engage in some conversation.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
We've got a +1
My favourite part of the day.
from
Go
RCM
ahead.
Authority
Ask me
comes from the
anything.
Coalition, and +1 RCM Kim debrief done. 72% chance. Let's go.
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
And I ask myself, what am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revachol Citizens Militia, huh?
Preciso mundo.
Good. And what is the Revachol Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Are we?
We are.
You said de facto, Joyce.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, three pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All three are good to know when we are out policing.
Let's see. So I'm basically a lackey of capital. That looks like that would be the communist answer. So I'm basically a thrall to foreign interests. Would that be the fascist answer? So I'm basically one of the good guys. Would be the ultra-liberal answer. So I'm basically going to avoid this subject and ask the next question. Let's say I'm basically one of the good guys and see if that gives me +1 money.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
She leans in.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why not?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
Here's an interesting question. What is this? And I spread my hands.
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
I mean, what is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two.
What is the Rue de Saint-Ghislain 33A?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old.
She looks up at the crumbling facade.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat.
From a dilapidated balcony, Cindy the Skull gives Joyce the evil eye, her red paintbrush held to her throat.
Wonderful.
Well, we're going to back out and save it again, and we're going to go for conceptualization. Plus 12 from Jamais Vu being complete.
Glad to have been of assistance.
That's all for now. We're going to cut off that dialogue. Quick save it again.
You're back. Good. More
Reality
lessons in
questions.
basic reality.
Here we go. Plus 12
My
from
favourite part
Jamais
of the
Vu.
day. Go ahead.
A strange
Oh!
coldness comes over you as you look at the world. The waves sway the sloop slowly. That's all.
Well, good thing we saved. One more time.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality.
A strange...
Oh! They want to make this difficult. Why they got to do that? As you can see, I've decided not to take the advice of those who say avoid save scumming, because I'm probably never going to play this game again in my life, and I want to experience as much of it as I can, especially not failing a bunch of skill checks.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose.
Is it?
The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
Is it the real world? I mean, aren't I in the real world? And I'm just playing a game? What is happening here? What layer of questioning reality are the game designers intending me to approach this from?
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see, Joyce?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
Okay. So I can ask her, is this the one with the evil apes? Elysium, the world needs a term of endearment. Or, this world does not deserve a term of endearment. Well, let's go with the first one. Wait, is this the one with the evil apes?
Not in this case, no. That sounds more like something the Mesk petrofascists might say.
Her gaze wanders.
It isn't enough to call us animals. Even animals aren't animals.
What are animals, then?
They're like you and I suppose. Living organisms don't identify with abstractions. Elysium is for particular beings.
Well, the world needs a term of endearment. Let's pick that one.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
And what is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petrofascists.
Is that so? I don't feel like I've got the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
Why's that?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
How about it's a ball?
That's looking less and less likely, Detective. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Revachol Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
What is this dark gray corona?
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
A cold fear seeps into you.
Oh my God, wait. What the hell are you telling me?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
Her voice becomes homely and calm. She lets a moment pass. I ask, the pale, what do you mean corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness.
Sounds very much like a video game.
I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if you say it's disco.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
+5 XP.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both, silently. He adjusts his glasses.
Well, Joyce, tell me, what is that? I ask, pointing to Cindy the Skull.
The girl in the old lady rags?
Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture?
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Okay, I think I understand. Make it more complicated somehow.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat, all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead.
Is that so?
All right. What next?
I'd say that's about it. We've exhausted that dialogue tree.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Nope. Thank you. That's all for now. How about that? It autosaved. Wonderful. I have had no new thoughts. There are no new... Oh, there is something. What is that? Let's go loot that. There's a thing. A lootable thing. With, cans and bottles. Well, why don't we try knocking at this door again?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Let's say, hey, are you there? I've checked the backyard, but I couldn't get in that way.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Oh boy. I can use my authority to convince her that I am indeed a real policeman. We got a 97% chance of success, +1 because Kim is here, +1 because Kim confirmed that you are officers. Let's do it.
You can't think of anything
Son of a
convincing.
bitch.
Time for some police brutality.
Nope. We're going to load it. We're going to load it back to the autosave and try that again. That's a 97% chance. Ain't no way I'm failing that check. Screw that noise. All right, number 1, we're going to loot the box. I know. What the heck? 97% chance. Now we're going to save it again. All right. Here we go. Let's cut through the noise.
A sturdy metal. This could be a way.
Knock again. Authority.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
Ma'am, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter. I may be forced to refer you for potential prosecution.
I know my rights, and don't you mom me, boy.
The voice snaps back. She ain't having it.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Hold your horses.
You hear the click of a night latch before the lady on the other side gets caught in a coughing spasm.
I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
Item gained. Key to the apartment building. Ho, 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 ho. Yona says there are variables like the pants that have greater effects on the outcome than is shown, probably. Fair enough. But we did it. It just took two tries. That is a great time to save the game again. Let's just save over that last save. Let's make a new save. Screw it. Who cares how many saves we have? And I'm going to keep you all in suspense for just about 10 minutes as I take a break. And then we're going inside the apartment complex. We are making progress. We can go talk to people. There's a new area of the map opened up. I love it. I love it. I'm excited. Let's do this thing. I'm going to take the dog out to pee. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Hang in there.
Benjamin the Dream Wizard wants to help you pierce the veil of night and shine the light of understanding upon the mystery of dreams. Every episode of his Dreamscapes program features real dreamers gifted with rare insight into their nocturnal visions. New Dreamscapes episodes appear every week on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and other video hosting platforms, as well as free audiobooks exploring the psychological principles which inform our dream experience, and much, much more. To join the Wizard as a guest, reach out across more than a dozen social media platforms and through the contact page at benjaminthedreamwizard.com, where you will also find the Wizard's growing catalog of historical dream literature available on Amazon, documenting the wisdom and wonder of exploration into the world of dreams over the past 2,000 years. That's Benjamin the Dream Wizard on YouTube and at benjaminthedreamwizard.com.
on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Wait, what?
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Now hold on a second. Don't you listen to him. What did I ever do to you?
She will do everything in her power to stop you.
Well, yeah. I don't want to die.
She'll charm, and she'll lie, and she'll promise you the world. And if she has the chance, she will kill you 12 times over.
Is he even listening to me?
Don't forget, the fate of the world rests on your shoulders.
You're not actually going to try and slay me or anything, right? Because I wouldn't if I were you. If you try, I'll kill you. As many times as it takes.
right, we're back. We'll let this wind down real quick here. And there we go. Back to the game. Ooh, I'm excited. Jonas says, rolling a blunt. Why wouldn't you? Here we go. Here we go. Off to the races. Let's talk to the lady. Well, let's look around. What is this door? Apartment 8. Their mailbox is overflowing. A graffito saying, "A firing squad for the rich." What do we got over here? Let's talk to the lady. Then there's all kinds of places to go.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom. Her knuckles white as bone. Oh, we got the dog here. Here we go. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. First, I am the policeman that asked you to open the door. Are you sure you don't want to see my badge? Let's not ask that question, because she might ask, and I have to tell her I can't see it. Are you all right? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
It is.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
Sounds miserable.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
I'm looking for a fella named Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
She smiles a gap-toothed smile when she hears you mention the name. What do you mean? I wasn't joking.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Tim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Is that so? I had my suspicions.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
Rhetoric failed. Oof.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony? Know where he lives?
Yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
She says, pointing to the east.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Is one of the residents on vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
What can you tell me about that girl, Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still...
She leans on her broom.
She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She says, giving me a pointed look. Well, that's all, thanks.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Well, thank you then. I'm off. All right, going to the east would be to go upstairs, but let's look over here. I had a suspicion it would be a dead end. Door number 9 is locked. There is a postcard worth 15 cents. Boogie Street, number 46. We're going to take it. I'm just stealing all kinds of shit. What's in the box? We got money. Oh, look at this. There's a whole nother little hallway down here. Let's maybe knock on some doors.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side.
Let's knock again.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
All right, let's leave. What's down here? There's all kinds of stuff. It just goes on and on and on. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
Look out, Kim. There's commies around here.
I'll keep my armistice handy, detective.
Let's have a closer look at that symbol.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it.
What's the deal with the antlers?
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it.
Why is it drawn in white?
Because white is the color of peace.
And what does the symbol evoke in me?
Smug superiority, aesthetic musings. The triumph of capital is undeniable. But maybe the guns were sort of cool. Revolutionaries had loads of guns.
Interesting. Well, that gave me... I think it gave me a coin or something. All right, what do we got here? We've got new things to do. We've got the smoker on the balcony. Locate door number 28. Okay. We also picked up a new item, a postcard. This crumpled up postcard depicts an open-air market in Boogie Street 5 years ago. A vendor smiles as dead roosters line his stalls, hung by their feet from the canopy. Red blood flows into the muddy street. Blurry shadows of people pass. Oh, on this one. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist, vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. All right. And we have the ability to level up, but I'm not taking it. Oh, you can only hold on to... Do I have 2 skill points? 1, 2? Or... They were blinking, and then they turned solid. I wonder if I can keep racking them up. I'm saving them for thoughts want to unlock all my thoughts. Those passive bonuses. All right. Speaking of which, let's go. Well, let's keep going this way. There's lots of things to see. Oh, there's a balcony. And a flip-up pair of glasses. +1 logic, -1 authority. We're going to take them. We got a new item. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. An old shoe rack. Boots, sneakers, and old slippers. How about this door? Apartment 12. A loud rumbling snore comes from inside. What's this thought? The snoring is scary somehow. You should leave. Let's quick save it. And I'm going to knock on this door. Because I can. Shit, it came right open. Oh, it's like a community bathroom. These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Oh, what do we got here? There's a basket with 42 cents in it. I'm taking all the money. All right. I guess we're going to get out of here because that snoring is scary. I'm also curious. There's a door that says balcony here. And an set of exit stairs. We're going to quick save it again. Let's go out on the balcony and see what happens. Hey-o. We found some more money. What is this? The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Oh, this is where the kid was up here smoking. I gotta go all the way up here. He ran up here. That's where I saw him last, I think. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and cactus. Okay, so there's a set of stairs, and then there's apartments. Before we go up there, let's go down here. There was one more door. Just a door. Nothing for you here right now. This thing is locked. What happens? Oh yeah, we got some glasses. That's right. Okay. What happens if I put my pry bar on? Oh, and it's got money inside. There we go. That's how you do. Put the pry bar away. And just because I can, I probably should, I'm going to save the game again. Looks like we were heading the correct way the whole time. Let's go inspect some doors.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security.
Well, who doesn't value their security?
Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
I knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
He looks around, taking in the cold spring air.
We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Okay. 9 p.m.
Tonight at 9 p.m., right here, apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
So, smoker on the balcony, visit 28 sometime after 9 p.m. to see if anyone's home. Okay. What else we got up here? The door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. This is the door to apartment 30. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. I can't seem to go any further. I'd love to get this stuff over here. But I gotta find another way to get up onto that balcony. There's a bunch of bottles I could collect. Alright, looks like running is the right thing to do right now. Let's go back inside here. And there's actually a back door. Leads right out the exit. So we're gonna go look around some more though. For sure. We ain't done here. Excuse me, ma'am. What do we got here? A note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. Is that so? Well, what happens if we go inside? Oh, it's got a broken window.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor.
I rub my sides for warmth.
A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Her face
is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
The plan?
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
I take a look around.
It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
I shiver and let the thought fade away. Someone has torn down the wall. The sea below looks cold and winter gray. An old grocery list on the table. And checks. What's in the fridge? Hey, we got some Nosafed and 20 cents. I'll take it. Nothing else to see here, but we looked around. All right, we're gonna quick save it. We're gonna pop out on this balcony. Nope. See about talking to Cindy. Look at all these boxes we can loot. And there she is, the artiste. Let's say hello.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
That's right. We've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
She crosses her arms.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
Kim chimes in, studying the contents of Cindy's bucket.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She's rather proud of herself.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Well, it's probably not going to do any good. Let's tell her don't sniff petrol from a can.
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
All right, then. Catch you later, Cindy. Well, that's the end of that. What did I pick up here? Why was it flashing my inventory? There was one more box up here. Let's get that box. And, oh, there's $2.25 in there. What do we got? We got some, got a new purple thought. Above tarps flap in the wind. Forgotten hammers and nails rust. How about this? The door is locked. You can't get in. Okay. But there is another door right here. Let's see about this door. Ooh. We got let into somewhere. Oh, the coal room where the old lady sleeps. Someone's been sleeping here recently. You don't say. Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. What's in here? Got a pair of pants, +1 electrochemistry, -1 reaction speed. How about this one? Oh, that one we got a pry bar. There it is. Whoa, $5.03 in there. We're about 3/4 of the way to a night's sleep, or I can go back and buy that recording apparatus. Not going to do either one of those, I don't think. Let's go back in here. Put away the pry bar. No need to walk around with that. All right, we're just going to hope that's not the lady's money we took, because she's old and sick. That would just be mean. All right, we got to find something else to do until basically 8 hours from now. Well, we'll figure it out, huh? Got to tell you, I'm not at all certain what to do. I mean, we got in here. We know where to go look for the guy, I suppose. You know what? We're going to go back in here. We're going to take a shortcut. We're going to go out this back door. I'm going to see if there's if this key she gave me opens that other door out here. Oh, this key probably opens this door. Yes. Nice. I can take a shortcut that way too. All right. The door I wanted to look for was over here. Is it possible to get in here? No. Son of a bitch. What is this stuff up here? There's like a trap door and like a coat in the rain. All right. Well, that wasn't what I was hoping or expecting, but there you have it. All right, we're going to stop right here. We're going to save it, save. I want to look at this thing again. This said to come back at night, didn't it?
Just an ordinary wall.
Impossible.
Nothing to see here.
Oh, but I got a +2 from Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. It was something about examining it under different light. Well, maybe if we're going to come back this way later, we'll have a look. Who have we not spoken to recently that might make an interesting conversation? We still haven't found this lady's husband. We also haven't been into the bookstore for a minute. Oh, we could buy stuff now, for sure. Go talk to the girl.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Okay, bye. See you around is the only thing I can say. How about this lady?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Honestly, a terrible name for a bookstore. Very descriptive, but way too many words. Although it says exactly what she sells. Farewell for now, book peddler. Nothing of interest in this place, I guess. What else? What else could we do? I don't rightly know. I mean, we could pop back in here and see if any of these conversations have changed. This guy. What's up with him? It's all about money, you know. Well, I got money. What do you know? Let's see. Is this cook in here? No, he's still here. Let's rattle on this door.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple.
All right, I'm going to put on my crowbar. See if that does anything.
You see a heavy steel door.
Nope, it did not, as a matter of fact. And this guy still speaks no English, I'm going to guess. And those guys in there don't want to talk to me. Oh, I guess, what, this door was closed, unfortunately. I gotta go all the way around. All right, let's go all the way around. We were looking for, maybe someone in the harbor area. Maybe wants to, you know, help me, move the body. Whoop, whoop, here's a green thing. Let's look at this green thing. Closed for winter. Please use main entrance. Oh, good enough. All right. We're going to go in here and drop off our cans and bottles. Because why not?
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? You should buy more alcohol. Enter the endless cycle of consumption.
I mean, that is a quest. Let's look at it.
A colorful display.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
We can get a beer or some red wine. And let's go with the beer, because we're just doing this for the quest. Gives you +1 physique, -1 morale.
Here you go, mister.
Done. All right. We got a beer. Let's put it in our hand.
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens.
Let's look at the bottle.
What a solid can of mass-produced piss water. Well over 10% alcohol in this so-called beer. Pop it open before it gets too warm. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it.
What I'm going to do is not drink this in front of Kim, because I can wait till he goes to bed and he won't think less of me. No, I'm not going to do that right now.
We're not worried. You'll crawl back to this bottle soon enough. We'll give you another chance. Booze always gives you another chance.
Unfortunately, now we're further away from our goal. I just spent $3.
Yes, it's merciful that way. It's your friend. Come back to it. We're all rooting for you too.
That was a successful roll of suggestion. How about that?
Not all of us.
Volition is not having it.
You've passed up your chance to start drinking alcohol for now. But don't worry. The option to start drinking becomes available again in 2 hours.
Really? 2 hours of game time? So, maybe I should have? I don't know. I'm waiting until way, way later when Kim's gone to bed, so doesn't matter. All right, let's put that away. Shoulda, maybe, coulda, woulda thought of that before I tried. Interesting explanation. The game limits you. Drinking it. You've chosen not to drink alcohol, so you can't just change your mind again. All right. Oh, there's like doors on this thing. Why didn't I inspect those doors? Looks like a train. But it's a
A
trailer.
lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
Let's have a look in the window.
The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What kind of stickers and insignia?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Okay.
He was acting tough before. This definitely scared him a little. You being here.
Oh, so we can go hassle him. But first, we're going to walk around a little bit more. Make sure there's no one and nothing to interact with. I never walked over here. Oh, let's look at the door. It says GRIH. It sure does. It sure does. All right, let's go back and talk to that racist lorry driver. Now that we've got more information.
Looking for something?
Make him tell you what he knows. Well, we're going to save this. And then we're going to try it again.
Looking for something?
Intimidate him. 83% chance.
Men like this only respect two things: strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume.
Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady driver's lorry. Where is it?
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
Smack him around a bit?
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
Let's see. I can threaten him directly. I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of my life, you understand? Or, I've been to your lorry. I know where it is. I'm gonna burn it down, you hear me? Or, what's your name, fuckhead? I'm gonna go on police radio and say, this guy told Madre to fuck off. Ooh. He is scared. He is scared of that. Let's try that one.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
Do I believe him?
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Now it's not a big deal for him anymore. This is how he saves face.
Where exactly is her lorry?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Oh boy, we got some progress here.
Looks like he got his adrenaline up, too.
All right. Well, where is this green lorry? Down by the monument. It's not here, apparently. We gotta go this way. Oh, that's it. Right here. We got progress for sure. Let's save it. Quick save. I don't like being stuck in games. I like at least some forward momentum.
This green found, A to Z, contemporaire, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about, unless he was lying.
The lieutenant peeks inside. I also try to peek through the window.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and 2 steering levers. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too.
Let's try the door handle.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced.
Oh, someone already broke in once. All right, Kim, how are we going to get this thing open?
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
I'm going to ask him. Really?
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Oh, tool is not equipped, so physical instrument's not going to work. Mine is 10. All right, let's leave, and we'll equip the pry bar and try it. Whoops.
This screen found A to Z contemporaire is part.
All right, we're gonna do some save scumming here. Before we show.
This screen found
first try.
With a firm grip, you raise the pry bar. A glint of light catching on the tip. Call down the hammer of truth and justice. Release your secrets, lorry cabin.
I can simply smash it. I can say, fuck the police, and then smash it. I can say, welcome to Revachol, window. Or, I'm sorry, and smash it apologetically. Let's say fuck the police.
The window shatters, and droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement.
Subtle.
Says Kim, as he sticks his hand in the window, like a common car thief, to open it.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Well, let's admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
Let's have a look at this centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps. And gentle tragedy. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly.
All right, that's enough posters.
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
Let's examine the radio.
Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Why would you need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
So we got to get us a dial key, huh? Let's see, what else is there?
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under the seat.
Let's check the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
Why would anyone glue a piece of sandpaper to the gas pedal?
Sandpaper? A novel technique. Must be to offer some extra grip to the driver's foot.
You know what, Kim? That sandpaper would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
He likes where this is going.
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other. I think we've found our odd sole, Kim.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
The lieutenant's eyes light up behind his prescription lenses. And let's see. And she's also the one running the drug trade. What a handful.
Now we know for certain who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
Let's see. I could say, number one, those jerks? Definitely. Or number two, I think the entire union is involved. Maybe even all of Martinez. Look around suspiciously. Or let's say, not necessarily. The lady driver could have kept the drug trade secret. Or this would fit what Joyce told us, but I don't want to make any assumptions. Damn, I got flies flying into my glass. Let's go with that last option. This would fit what Joyce told us, but I don't want to make any assumptions.
Understood. We should still go and see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
No, sir. I'm looking in that toolbox.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
Toolbox time. Well, we're going to find out it's empty because she dumped it all on the floor.
A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Let's unfold the newspaper.
It's an issue of Peripherique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
I pick up the paper.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
His thoughts trail off. Well, let's push in the pull-out toolbox.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes.
And we close the door.
You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective?
He steps away from the
Before we return
lorry.
to Joyce?
He steps away from the lorry. I talked over him. Oops. Let's have a word, Kim.
All right. We've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you make of this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net. I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station, a worrying prospect.
And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the union connection we've been searching for.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
Well, Kim, what about these movie posters? How do you think they factor into all of this? He's going to say they don't.
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
We should have looked behind him to see if there was hidden compartments.
Don't be fooled. desire always plays a role.
A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin.
Yes, well...
He doesn't say any more.
Unimportant.
Well, so it turns out this is connected to the Union, huh?
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
You think the RCM will open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it.
Sounds good.
There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
He stops to think, and I ask, what are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
You're talking about corruption, Kim.
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
All right, then. Debrief over?
Debrief over. After you.
All right, we're going to do a quick save and run back to Joyce. Oh, he says, hey, officer, got a minute. Well, let's talk to him on our way.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
We got some options here. We can tell him the racist told us where her cabin is. We only searched it. Or no trouble, she's going to be fine. Or there is going to be an investigation. Or, sorry, man, I can't disclose the facts of an official investigation to you. Let's go with number one. The racist told us where her cabin is. We only searched it.
Still better than me, I guess. Told you there's plenty of others who'd tell on her. But is she in trouble?
Let's go with play it close to the vest. Sorry, man, I can't disclose the facts of an official investigation to you.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
No need for you to do anything, don't worry. The police are looking into it. Or the last thing we need is more civilians involved, or really don't know. Let's go with number one. You don't need to do anything. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
What's the plan with those rhymes anyway, Tommy?
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
Why Tommy Lehome?
Tommy Lom was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
Is it? Jerry Lafitte's fine.
It's more him.
Maybe it is. All right, I had another question, actually.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Really low chance to hit him with my best verse. Should I even try? Let's do it. This seems silly. Let's do it.
Wait.
Oh, shit.
There's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. It's a camera. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion? That's good.
He's transfixed by the words. I continue. Where, gaspingly, you partake of a shifting identity, never your own.
Dang, that's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
Well, you know.
Did you?
Let's see. I am just a vessel for the muse.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours.
Let's see. Tommy, I don't really know.
No matter. Great verses like that sometimes. Ephemeral. You might not look it. Seems you have some literary chops. Maybe there's hope for me yet.
That is a strange compliment, Tom.
Just messing with you. It's cool. You're an okay guy. For a cop.
For a cop, huh?
They're more often into fists than rhymes, see? Let alone honesty in verse.
In a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his Futurist magazine. It's called The Futurist. The typeface on the header is too small.
Let's see, we got some options here. I can say any organization gets all kind of folk. I'm sure we try our best. Or, I'm doing what little I can do to right by... I'm doing what little I can to do right by people. Or, no joke, man, fuck the police. I like the idea that I'm trying to do right by people.
Well, you've given me some hope, I guess.
He gives you a thumbs up.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
Okay. We have a mirror in the bathroom. Maybe we go look at it again. Hey, we're going to save it again. Quick save. And we're off and running. Let's go talk to Joyce. Oh, I still got that crowbar on. Number one, let's put the crowbar away. I mean, I wonder if the crowbar helps with intimidation. Never thought of that. The jam mystery. Report back to Joyce. Here we go. And now that we're here, let's save it again. Just cuz. Joyce, let's talk, baby.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
There are no new instructions. There's no let's see, I spoke to the lorryman of the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Task complete. The jam mystery. Gained experience plus 70. Level up. Let's see. Who exactly are these? Where exactly are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
Nope. Let the lieutenant handle it.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
Ooh, we got some progress here.
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
What is this about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Mm-hmm.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
So Kim knew all about that possibility.
Then we're on the same page. as grim as it may be.
All right, I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and a strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith, you say?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Joyce, did you think you needed a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Okay, we got an interesting fact there. There is 1 dead Oranese from the military company, and there are apparently 2 more running around. Oh boy.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
Basically PTSD.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
I mean, kind of sounds appropriate, if the story is true.
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What happened then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now, you say?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Shit, we're racing the clock on that one. We find and arrest the person, or a civil war pops off after the executions.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
They're killing somebody no matter what.
It'll be all of them. The decision is already made.
I have to say, this is not a disco. Or maybe the investigations can team up, you know? Maybe share resources. Let's go with not a disco.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put...
She grabs hold of the mainsail.
If you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
They would have to project strength and power.
The Debarders have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
This is a pretty bleak scenario you're describing.
Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Task complete, gather Joyce's info on the lynching, gained XP plus 30. All right, what can you tell me about Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Kind of like Blackwater changed their name to Academy.
Down a deep black well.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminoese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay. Is there anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
She pauses a moment to think.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
She pauses to think again.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I would be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact the company? Tell them to call it off.
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Well, who did the passing on, then?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
I'm going to pause right there and say, what if the assaulted woman is the woman who made the phone call? Sylvie? Can't remember. She's missing. She's gone. She took off. She made the phone call and disappeared. It seems most likely that she was the person who is, I think, was legitimately assaulted. I'm making a guess on that one right now, but I'm putting my money in that basket. I'd bet on it. Like if I had to take 10 real and bet it that she was the one, even just 50-50 odds, I'd take it.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Ooh, continuity error. We did hear about that. This is not the first time we're hearing that story. Let's continue. I guess they expected me to have tracked down this information yesterday before the union guys showed up there. Anyway.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
Feel we will. All right, this colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive, yes. But I did not know him.
And his name was?
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
All right, then tell me about the others first.
One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
Really? A radio operator. Could she be the missing lady driver? Is this all going to come together?
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
There is a pang of regret in her voice.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the two remaining mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth.
She puts her foot on the guard wire for balance.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
Vigilantes? The RCM gets its authority from the Coalition. Where does theirs come from?
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to stand down.
Yeah, it seems unlikely. Let's see. We still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Let's try logic on her. Where are these mercenaries? +1 scab leader, murder, bad reply. I don't know what that means, but we got a 50-50 chance. We're either going to get it out of her or not. I don't want to back out through a million menus to save, so here we go.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
Okay, I didn't put that together. That's fantastic. That's a great idea. All right, we can go back and talk to him, I guess.
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Let's see. I'm going to tell her, straight up. One must be the goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates. The scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
The other one is probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Yeah, I haven't found a way to get up there, but I've seen what appears to be a female figure on top of the whirling in rags. I'd like to get up there and talk to her. Probably the door in the back leads up to some stairs, and I'm not supposed to be able to get that open yet.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens, no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
She nods towards the sloop's cabin. All right. I had another question for you.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There's a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
5 days, not more. Maybe sooner.
Is that 5 days from day one or 5 days from today? Which is still not that much longer.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
All right, Joyce. That's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
As a matter of fact, I say, retrieving the photo to show her. Now, can you tell me about these tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holding it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Let's stay quiet and observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
Well, Joyce, what do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points at one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like stars in the sky?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What is the use of such a map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
Let's see. This one is going nowhere but the morgue. Number 2, I've spoken with him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse. 3, this one has flown quite far by now. Or nowhere. There is no soul. I'm going to say I've spoken to him. The soul is fastened inside his corpse.
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse.
From the picture, what travels do you think the dead man made?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
She points to his heart, and I ask, what is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Somewhere in an office lit by a single green desk lamp, Captain Ptolemaeus Price, 58, bald and bespectacled, is writing in a ledger on his desk. Rows and rows of days and weeks, laconic remarks in a single column. Patrol, case, vacation, injured. In Martinez looking into Crenel, he writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples with both hands. Outside, there is a siren. Distant gunshots on the streets of the Jamrock Quarter.
This man is no brother of mine, but this is his service history.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
Can you tell me any more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Oh boy. I need this information. Or, you're right, not a good idea. Maybe I mark it down? Let's mark it down and ask the mercs about the tattoos.
Do what you have to do, Detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
Might be deadly. Might give away the secret that I'm working on the case. Maybe that's something I want to do and say, hey, we're looking for the people that killed your partner. Give us time to work it out. I think that might not be a bad idea.
We will be careful, man.
All right, that's all for the tattoos. Joyce, thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
That's it. That's all for now. All right. We're going to go for a hard save, and that is going to end the stream, my friends. There's not really time to get into any more shenanigans. That's a fantastic place to start tomorrow. Hard save. Martinez Day 2 at 2:45 in the afternoon. And there we go. I will simply say this brings us to the end of our adventure into Disco Elysium from 2019, Part 7, DreamWizard Plays, number 379. Please join us again tomorrow on Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna get into Part 8, and probably get into more trouble than our hero can handle, or me, for that matter. So, on the way out, would you kindly like, share, subscribe, tell your friends to join us tomorrow, and in the meantime, in between time, thank you. Oh, I am the Dream Wizard, and thank you for watching.